beaten Ontario's Dave Crumby. And starting in position 6 in car 6 out of Brantford, the Broker Link Dixon engine 6 of Jason Dixon. Starting in position number 7 out of Carlisle, the Eggs Custom Fab 29X is Davey Boughton. And the outside out of Dundas in car number 69, that is Rob Twitchett. Rob Twitchett in the Cal Tire Evergreen Landscaping Machine. Up next is Mike Sarantakis in the 6X, the Lampman Salvage ride out of Smithville. And then out of Brantford, the 64, that'll be Doug Erskine in the Arnott Automotive Machine. Inside of row number 6 in car number 13 will be Bobby Tolton out of Guelph, the Amsoil ride. And to his outside, the 79, that's Steve Miller out of Paris. In the next row, Fabio Olivieri out of Hamilton, the Gaylor Equipment 16, and to his outside, the 63 of Brandon Crumby in the Amsoil Mustang, the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton, and the 9 of Tim DeBoer. The 19, that will be Kyle Wirt out of Ancaster, and the 4 of Aaron Rowitsky, the 4W of Wade Thorne, the 66X of Brandon Jansen's, 21X of Mark Bazine, 66 of John Jansen's, Nick Massey in the 222, the 2 machine of Matt Newell, the 96 of Brian Crossgrove, 49 Gary Hodgson, 11P of Patrick Aberson, and the 8 of Barry Westman as the green flag is in the air. We're underway with a 15-lap feature for the HRW Automotive Ministock.
Well, I'm going to jump in here and help you guys down the back straightaway. Schroeder with the lead in the 60X and a whole mess behind them. Watch the May 16J still smoking pretty good out there in second spot as he gets loose off of 4.
All hands full of steering wheel for the May number 16, but he's hanging on to that second spot. Out in front is Martin Schroeder, who's pulled away by about 10 car lengths over the field, but May continuing to hang on to second.
Crumby also with a bit of smoke out of the 63C on the backside of turn number 2. They work it down out of 3 and 4. Keep your eye on the 21X of Mark Bazine of the 66 of Jansen's, as Jansen's already on the outside, taking cars 3 wide down the front straightaway into 1.
Brandon Crumby, the other driver who's really ripping through this field. He is almost into the top 5 as they exit turn 2, race down the back straightaway. Whoa, trouble on the backstretch.
They got it out though quick. Here we go off of 4. Everybody through the middle looking for a bit of breathing room. 3 wide all the way around down the front straightaway. 4 wide again.
Through 1 and 2, Schroeder continues to lead. His advantage not stretching by a great deal at this point. Crumby now into the top 5 as they race down the backstretch. We've got problems out of 2. Hodgson hard into the wall. Steve Miller makes contact. 1 more car collected and head towards the inside wall. We are under yellow.
Patrick Abramson in the 11P, Steve Miller 79, and Gary Hodgson in the 49. Adam, that all got started by our 2 and defending champion. He's pulling by the front straightaway right now. Brandon Jansen's, I think he's got a flat tire, and he was on the outside of turn 2, slowing down. Either something is let go in the rear end, or he's got a flat right rear. He got slowed at 2, Adam, and everybody piled in behind him. Tough break for Hodgson here. Major right side damage to the 49. Abramson and Miller also on the back chute. Hodgson's going to need a tow. We'll get over there and check it out. We'll turn it back to you guys for a minute. A month and a half coming up here.
Well, I mean, I think the race fans should know that when we bring in these drivers, a lot of them are excited to come to Ohsweken Speedway because they've heard great things. I mean, fans, if you've only witnessed Ohsweken Speedway and you haven't been to a lot of dirt racing around the country or around the continent, racers all over North America have heard about Ohsweken Speedway and the phenomenal race surface we have up here, and they get excited to come and join us. We're going to go green, this time at a turn number 4. Schroeder going to lead the way. Crumby holding on to the second position. They are stacked up 2 by 2. This is the first night of the handicap for our fender division, so the hot shoes having to come from deep in the field.
Well, keep your eye on the 66X of Brandon Jansen's, 2-time and defending champion of the division. He had the problem, Adam, and he was passing cars by the dozen there as we get going. Now, Crosgrove slow up in front, and everybody's going to drive around him at the back. That's really going to be a big detriment to Jansen's, but up front, it will be his team car. Martin Schroeder leading him out of turn number 2.
Schroeder leads the way. Davey Boughton fighting for the second position with Crumby. And he gets by Crumby and squeezes him up towards the wall. I don't think Crumby liked that very much as he fights back to the inside.
Yeah, Davey Boughton using the outside right door to impose his will here on the Crumby 63, which smokes heavily back into turn number 1, up on the outside, and just in front of them. The other Crumby Team Car 63 got loose and gathers it up.
That was close for Brandon Crumby. That was almost disaster in turn number 2. The battle resumes for the second position as the Amsoil 63 of Dave Crumby now takes over that second spot. Davey Boughton trying to return the favor on the outside, but I think Crumby has thoughts of closing in on that Schroeder machine for the lead.
Well, Davey Boughton, multi-time feature winner back when he was a champion in the mini stocks, working in the Custom Fab 29X, working towards the top 2, but right now it's still Martin Schroeder with the pretty wheel, steady and smooth through 1 and 2, but really opening up the bottom to Dave Crumby.
Mark Bazine has entered the top 5. He races in the 4th position right now, a few car lengths behind Davey Boughton, but we're about to have a battle for the lead. Schroeder running that high groove. Here comes Crumby to the bottom of the racetrack.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Dave Crumby doesn't have a lot of experience here at Ohsweken or on the dirt. Still hoping that he's got enough of that oil there inside the 63, because it is pouring out the back, burning it pretty heavily each time into 1.
It's not slowing that car down whatsoever as he makes a move for the lead on the inside of 3. Schroeder going to come around the outside. He will continue to lead as they cross the halfway mark.
Keep your eye on Mark Bazine in that Burger Barn 21X. He finds his way into the story. Started back around 20th position tonight and working his way into 3rd. Could use a yellow to make up the gap between himself and the leaders, and now the veteran Doug Erskine takes the hard left into the infield on the back straightaway. He'll retire from this one.
Doug Erskine not ending the night the way he would have liked to, and we've continued to have a battle for the lead. Crumby down low, Schroeder up high, Bazine in the 3rd position. He is still a number of car lengths back, not within striking distance of the race leaders.
Dave Crumby with the nose out in front of Martin Schroeder as they work their way off turn number 4. Coming with a 5 to go from starter Kyle McKenzie. Still lots of white smoke out of the back of the leader's car as he makes his way around 1 and 2.
Dave Crumby out in front by a full car length. As we've mentioned, that smoke not slowing him down, but a car can only smoke for so long before something breaks, and he's got to make it last for 4 more laps.
Boughton's fading back the 29X. Problems on that machine for Davey Boughton. He was up challenging for second a few laps ago. Finds himself trying to stay inside the top 10 now as they work it off at turn number 2. Dave Crumby with the advantage, and he will hold out front of Martin Schroeder.
Wow, Boughton squeezes one car up into the wall. I believe that was Kyle Wirt, and then runs Rawitsky down to the inside. Rawitsky comes back and hits him back. Davey Boughton back into the passenger side door. And now Boughton going to try to spin the Rawitsky number 4, and he misses. Well, he hit him, but he was unable to spin him out.
Off of 4 with just 2 to go for Dave Crumby. He's got a big advantage here as he leads Schroeder and Bazine trying to go to the high side for second.
A great side-by-side battle for second as Bazine works the outside, but he doesn't have enough momentum to make it go. White flag in the air this time as Crumby continues to pull away.
Crumby with the advantage to the white flag. Into 1 they go. Working it good through the bottom. Schroeder holds second. 21X of Mark Bazine got 3rd. Then you've got the 63 of Crumby and the 9 of DeBoer.
That's the battle to watch on the racetrack, the 1 for second. Dave Crumby's going to take the feature event, the battle for second. Bazine slides up in front of Schroeder to take second. Schroeder 3rd, Brandon Crumby 4th. Tim DeBoer rounds out the top 5. What a race in the mini stock division. Davey Boughton hasn't hit enough cars tonight, so he closes up on Aaron Rawitsky, and he hits him. If you can't get it done during the race, don't bother hitting him afterwards. Aaron Rawitsky going to come back. Race director Doug Leonard scolding both of them over the one-way radio, but
well, I got to say, that was just dumb. You know, you've taken enough shots at him under the green, and now you're going to find yourself parked for a little bit. So we will get down here and talk to the top 3 as they make their way in. Dave Crumby coming his way down here to the front straightaway. We'll get him in position.
Now, Clint, are you going to do victory lane for this feature race? I see that you're right down there.
I could.
What a race in the mini stocks. And we scold drivers for doing things that aren't exactly the smartest, but I love the passion that they display. They take the racing seriously. But when the checkered flag falls, Clint, the race is over. And so should the bumping, really.
Well, as we wait for Dave Crumby, we'll get over here and get a word with Martin Schroeder and our second place driver here tonight, Mark Bazine, in the 21X. Mark Bazine, first one out of the Burger Barn, 21X over here, Ace One Construction Machine. Mark, this is the night that championships are made of. You know, I'm sure you'd like to be one more step on the podium, but when you start about 20th tonight, this ain't a bad finish.
No, I'm totally okay with it. Coming deep in the field like that, I knew it'd be a tough one. So championship run, we're good with it.
You know, Brandon Janssens, he had some trouble, got a flat tire there, and that took him out. He was moving through just like you were. Pretty good night for you.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. It's a great night, great 3 weeks, and we're just going to keep going forward from here.
How about it? Mark Bazine grabs third. Martin, you were in this one all night. Martin Schroeder here. Solid run for you tonight. Can you be happy with third place?
Yes, I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Woodstock Nieser, Mr. Lester. We couldn't do without him. We got Hawkins, and we got Sutton, Drew Simmons, and Toyota Bashuku.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. How about a hand for Mark Bazine and Martin Schroeder, our second and third place finishers. And here comes your feature winner, Dave Crumby. His first win ever on dirt, ladies and gentlemen. Make him feel welcome as he works his way here to Lucas Oil Victory Lane. Come on around, Dave. Dave, what a run for you. You got to be pretty pleased with that. Your car was smoking pretty good. Did you know how much puffs you had coming out of the back?
No, I did not. I was just driving her.
Let's talk about you guys. Mainly asphalt team, your whole racing career. You found us last year. Any looking back?
No, I still do asphalt on Saturdays.
But what do you think of here, Ohsweken? Having fun?
Awesome. Awesome. This is just great. I love it.
What does it mean to grab a win here?
A lot. Against my son? A lot.
He's had some good runs. Who do you want to thank, man?
I want to thank AMSOIL and California Days, Complete Auto Body, and anybody else that helps us, and everybody in the stands for coming.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Smiling Dave Crumby down here in his first ever visit to Lucas Oil Victory Lane here at the Big O. Congratulations, holding that checkered loud and proud as the Patriot Sprint Tour get warmed up over in the pit area. We'll send it up to you guys. We'll be back in just a moment.